For us to ascend to the fifth dimensional earth, we must surrender our third dimensional realities. In this video, I'll explain how to successfully surrender our third dimensional realities and create the experience of heaven on earth. The two elements that constitutes our existence as human beings are the body and the soul. Both the body and soul have minds. The body's mind is known as conscious mind and the soul's mind is known as the subconscious mind. The soul is a spirit in a smaller version, and each spirit is a divided part of God. Therefore, the soul's mind is the intelligence of the universe or God. The body's mind is a combination of the knowledge gained from earthly experiences and any information obtained from the universal intelligence incorporating these earthly experiences. The body's mind is conscious means that the brain is consciously experiencing and aware of everything in its surroundings. And the soul's mind is subconscious means that the soul is aware and present but remains silent and does not interfere with the conscious mind's will. The soul submits its authority to the human or the conscious mind so that the conscious mind can experience whatever it chooses to experience here on earth. The only time the soul gains its authority back is when the conscious mind willfully surrenders its earthly journey.
Hello my dear brothers and sisters, welcome to Paradise. I'm Ismat. In our heavenly existence, our soul exists as an independent spirit. While on earth, our soul is attached to our body and the precedence is given to our conscious mind of our body, which is our brain. When we are talking about creating heaven on earth, what that means is that for us to create the experience of heaven on the plane of earth, and how is that possible without leaving the body and separating our soul? So how do we do that? How do we create that experience in this physical body while we are on this earth? How is this possible? Okay, so in our earthly human body, our conscious mind has all the authority for the purpose of our journey here on earth. This authority is given to our conscious mind, to the human mind, while our soul is silent and it witnesses and provides everything that we need for us to carry out the experiences of this earth. In order for us to go to heaven or to create the experience of heaven, what we need to do is surrender ourselves. That means by taking away that authority that is given to our body or our mind, we take that authority away from our conscious mind and we submit that authority to our soul. What happens to our body once we experience the physical death is that our soul leaves our body. And at that point, the body is completely irresponsive to its environment. Just like the dead body that has no power and it is completely separated. We have to create the same experience while we are in this physical body. So how is that possible? The way it is possible is that we need to die to the world, okay? Not a physical death. I'm not talking about physical death, but to be dead to the world. Just like a dead person that does not respond to anything. For us to die to this world means that we need to stop responding to any emotions or satisfaction that the world offers us. In other words, we cannot allow anything of this world be the reason for our joy, for our happiness, for our excitement, all that emotions and satisfaction.
We can still experience all these positive emotions and enjoy the art, but we cannot allow our conscious mind to think that the materialistic things or the people are the reasons for our joy, happiness, peace, etc. Rather, we have to train our mind to accept the fact that we are enjoying everything on earth because we are joyful, happy, peaceful, and content. In order to train our mind, first we have to starve our minds and body's desires to death. When you are going through the process of training your mind, it will be extremely challenging not to respond to your old ways of doing things and ignore your desires. To help you with this process, you need to start doing intermittent fasting. In the past, prophets told us to fast, but they couldn't explain to us exactly how fasting helps us. Thanks to the recent discoveries by science, now we have all the evidence we need to know exactly how fasting helps us with this process. Here is a short video explaining the role of fasting in training our conscious mind and the body. Every experience that we go through in our life, these experiences leave a genetic memory in our body, more precisely in our cell's DNA, making it hard for us to control our emotions and impulses. Because of the learned genetic memory in our body, most of our behaviors, emotions, and feelings are habitually inclined. For us to effectively combat the negative impulses, we must renew our cell's DNA. And the way we can renew our cell's DNA is through fasting. Fasting can help repair DNA by introducing autophagy of the cells. Autophagy is a process through which the body's cells eat itself, removing dysfunctional and damaged cells from the body. In this mechanism, the damaged cells are repaired and replaced with newer cells. The new cells will no longer contain the negative genetic memories that were in the old cell's DNA. Therefore, fasting is extremely beneficial to successfully train our conscious mind and our body. Consequently, these will help us to discard our outdated beliefs, habits, and impulses, and will help us to purify our souls. We need to stop responding to the need and the desire of our body or the thoughts that are rising from our conscious mind.
Our soul is constantly in a state of joy, bliss, love, peace. Therefore, once we surrender that authority over our soul, then being peaceful, joyful, blissful, happy, all that will be a natural state for us and does not require anything external to achieve this state. We must surrender the illusions of this world and die to this world by being dead to our mind and body that keep us trapped in this world.
Once the conscious mind surrenders its authority back to the soul, the conscious mind will be obedient to soul's will, and the soul will be in charge of the conscious mind and body. The body, the mind, and the soul, all three will be one. The feelings of sadness, hopelessness, weakness, superiority or inferiority, lacks, anger, jealousy, hatred, competition, division, dominance, all of these are negative illusions. It is also illusory to think that we will find our happily ever after while we are still continuing to experience the third dimensional realities. One must be completely free of these and all other negative illusions. Once we have successfully surrendered all the negative illusions, only then we can successfully create the experiences of heaven and bring the heaven on earth. First, we must end the journey we are currently on before we can begin a new journey.